Again, like many people, I was dismayed to see the police quite literally running away from a hostile mob in the Leeds suburb of Harehills on Thursday and leaving the streets to the mercy of a wild mob of Eastern European gypsies. The police were therefore nowhere in evidence for several hours as a riot erupted and vehicles were set on fire. Now, it is a very odd thing, but I have never, in the whole course of my life, seen a film of English police officers running away from a confrontation with Whitehall supporters, for example. Instead, they tend to draw their batons at the slightest sign of trouble and lay about them if the crowd get too close to them. I surely cannot be the only person who has observed the very different techniques which the police have for dealing, on the one hand, with Englishmen, and on the other, when they are faced with a mob of angry and aggressive foreigners. In the one case, they do not hesitate to attack, and in the other, they run away as fast as their legs will carry them. This is why Harehills was for hours left in the hands of a mob of arsonists and vandals. Perhaps the Leeds police realised that they had behaved a little shabbily and felt the need to redeem themselves and show that they were in control of the streets. When crowds began to gather in the centre of Leeds yesterday, there was no question at all of the police running away from them. Instead, they fearlessly marched straight up to those intent on taking over the streets in a dubious and sleazy cause and offered their assistance. They volunteered to carry flags for those organising the disturbance and even allowed the organisers to paint their faces in the tribal colours of the event. That'll show everybody how firm they can be and no mistake. They certainly weren't scared of a bunch of homosexuals and transvestites, and they were determined to let everybody know that. This was, of course, an annual celebration of, well, I suppose homosexuality and various other sexual practices, and so it was inevitable that the police wished the citizens of Leeds to know how much they approved of and supported the practice of sodomy and so on. It may be that my memory is playing me false. I'm no longer a young man, so it's entirely possible, but I have an idea that there was a time when our police officers did not appear in public wearing face paint, as though they were running an event at a kindergarten. But I may perhaps be mistaken about this. I am also almost certain that waving flags relating to sexual variations was not something the average copper used to do when he was on duty. But again, I'm prepared to believe that I'm wrong about that. I'm bound to say that the police officers involved in this gay event looked a lot more cheerful and relaxed than they did on Thursday night. They may have been tempted to flee in terror from some of the strange sights to be seen on the march, such as those men indicating their fetish for pony play or pretending to be horses when having sex, but they gritted their teeth and stood fast. It would take more than that to cause the Leeds police to run away that afternoon. All in all, it seems to have been a brilliantly successful public relations coup for the Leeds police, and will, I hope, have scotched rumours about their cowardice and reluctance to deal with violent behaviour. I'm sure that the citizens of Leeds will have slept better in their beds last night after seeing how officers conducted themselves during this trying day.